내 백성이 나를 떠나 돌아섰지만 내 사랑이 내 백성을 포기 못하니 내 모든 것 내어주고 나 그들을 얻으리라. 여호와께 돌아가자. 우린 돌아서도 그는 변치 않네. 여호와께 돌아가자. 우린 넘어져도 그 사랑 영원하네. 내 백성이 나를 떠나 돌아서지만 내 사랑이 내 백성을 포기 못하니 내 모든 것 내어주고 나 그들을 얻으리라. 여호와께 돌아가자. 우린 돌아서도 그는 변치 않네. 여호와께 돌아가자. 우린 넘어져도 그 사랑 영원하네. 사랑은 오래 참고 자신을 내어주네. 서로 사랑할 때 세상은 주보내. 사랑은 절대 지지 않네. 사랑은 오래 참고 사랑은 오래 참고 자신을 내어주네. 서로 사랑할 때 세상은 주보내. 사랑은 절대 지지 않네. 여호와께 돌아가자. 우린 돌아서도 그는 변치 않네. 여호와께 돌아가자. 우린 넘어져도 그 사랑 영원하네. 은혜 아니면 살아갈 수가 없네. 호흡마저도 난 주의 것이니 세상 평안과 위로 내게 없어도 예수 오직 예수뿐이네. 은혜 아니면 살아가
Hey guys, good to see you again and hope you guys are safe and doing fine. 오늘의 말씀은 Who is the blessed man? 이라는 말씀을 가지고 이야기를 해보겠습니다. 오늘의 말씀 시편 1편 6절 말씀입니다. It's Psalms chapter 1 verse 6. 우리 같이 한번 한 목소리로 읽어보겠습니다. 시작. 무릇 의인들의 길은 여호와께서 인정하시나 악인들의 길은 망하리로다. 아멘. Alright, so the verse we just read out together is actually a conclusion of Psalm chapter 1. Psalm chapter 1 gives contrast between the blessed men and the wicked. And most of you guys have heard a lot of stories of how righteous people of God lived, like David, Joseph, John, Paul, and how the wicked has been perished as well, right? So this chapter of Psalm also speaks same thing, like the blessed man never walks in wicked way or stands beside the sinners or sits on the seat of arrogance, but he enjoys the word of Yahweh and meditates him day and night. Well, we already know and heard of it like thousands of times, right? And we also heard so many times of how the wicked will be perished under God's judgment. We all know we should live right and live in faith. But if so, what blessings would we receive? How do we know someone is blessed? Or what is the blessing and who is the blessed man? We give a greeting each other like God bless you, right? But actually, what is that blessing of God? I have one really close bro that I've met in secondary college. He's serving a military duty in Korea right now because he could not extend his visa any further to stay here. His family started immigration in Australia about 15 years, but unfortunately, every single time when they were able to apply a permanent resident visa, things had happened. Like his father once got a chance to apply permanent visa, but then agency made a mistake, so they applied again. But during that resubmission time, his father's age just passed over the age cut, so application has rejected. So with no choice, he had to apply for permanent visa by himself. So he went to learn cookery, which was one of the fastest ways to apply visa. But then, right after he finished his course, cookery has been eliminated from visa applicable occupation list. He quickly searched for a job that can help him to apply a sponsorship visa, that is because that is the only last way left for him. Well, thanks God, he found a production company and they are eligible to give a sponsorship to him. So it's like kind of factory. Well, so he made he had worked in there for about a year, and he made an inquiry to government for when he is able to apply for a permanent visa. Well, the answer of government's replied was, you need a certification that related to his job, which requires another 2 years of course, and then he need another 2 years of work after apply sponsorship visa to make it permanent. But there was no enough time to let him postpone his military duty. So he is now serving a military service in Korea. How do you think? Can you say he is blessed? If you are him, are you able to say I am blessed? when we read this Psalm chapter 1, most people think the blessing of God is defined at verse 3. It says, "The blessed man, also the righteous man, will not be withered, but whatever he does shall prosper." Which means the blessed man will be successful in whatever he does, right? If so, is that what blessing is? Be successful in what you do, or be rich, or set in great environments, live well? Are these the blessing of God? I'll say half right and half wrong. It is true that prosper in everything is such a great blessing because it is also given by God, as verse 3 says. Of course, good things are present of God. Well, quite obvious, right? Why they are not a blessing of God? Why they would not be a blessing of God? Of course they are. But these blessings that we physically receive is just some parts of blessing, because they won't stay forever so that you can take it to heaven, right? As I said, the conclusion of this Psalm chapter 1 is verse 6. 무릇 의인들의 길은 여호와께서 인정하시나 악인들의 길은 망하리로다. For Yahweh knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked shall perish. The verb knows used here is not just simply means that God looking at it. In the Bible, it is used when God concerns and counts on it, and even God accepts and approves it. Well, we're all gonna be die and meet God in front of heaven's door, right? No matter what you've done before or how have you lived, if God says, "I know your righteousness, I was counting on you," then you can get into heaven. But if God says, "I don't know you, this kingdom is not yours," then you go to hell. Being Christian and believing in Jesus means you receive a ticket, like a ticket for a dream world or Disneyland. So you got a chance to get in heaven, right? But God knows the way of the righteousness. Righteous means He puts a signature on your ticket to confirm that you are the citizen of heaven, the God's kingdom. The real blessing of God is not about this land, but it's about He has been counting on you to get you in heaven. Like heaven's door is wide open for everyone who ever believe in Jesus, right? But the way to get here is narrow, because God is counting on the whole way of each of us Christians. Let me finish off the story of my bro that I said. He wasn't such a deep Christian from the beginning. So during the time of suffering he had, he felt so unfair of God. So one day he went to God to complain how unfair he is. But right then, in that day, by the grace of God, he met Jesus in his mind. And God told him that all the way he has passed is just a journey of faith, that God counting on him. Since then, he has been changed to admit that God has led all the way he passed to meet Jesus and to live righteous and faithful in wherever he is. Well, now he went to military service really freely and keep a faith in his mind. Well, people would say how unfortunate he is, But to me, he is such a blessed man because I could not think that God will deny him at the end of the day, but God would say, I have known you for your righteousness and how you kept your faith during the way. You are the blessed man. Well, I hope you are blessed to receive a signature of God's concern for your righteousness and staying faithful in Jesus in whatever happens during your journey. God knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked shall perish. I really hope I could see you all in heaven. Don't forget to bring a ticket of believing Jesus to get sign of God, right? Don't forget it. Don't forget your ticket. Don't forget to get a sign of God. 우리 다 같이 꼭 천국에서 만날 수 있기를 바랍니다. 기도합시다. 하느님 아버지 감사합니다. 하나님께서는 우리에게 많은 축복을 주시지만 하지만 그 중에서도 가장 우리가 받아야 할 축복은 마지막 날에 우리가 하나님께서 내가 너를 안다. 내가 너의 길을 잘 안다. 너가 믿음을 잘 지켰고 너가 정의롭게 행하였음을 알고 있다. 라는 그 말을, 그 컨퍼메이션을, 그 사인을 우리가 받는 것이 가장 중요한 축복임을 우리가 깨닫게 하여 주시니 감사드립니다. 우리가 앞으로 또 살아가면서 어떤 일이 일어날지 또 어떤 상황 가운데 우리가 처할지 아무도 모르지만 그 모든 상황 가운데에서 우리가 하나님을 놓지 않게 하여 주시고 그 모든 상황 가운데에서도 우리가 주님을 잊지 않게 하셔서 우리가 마지막 날까지 주님이 원하시는 대로 하나님께서 원하시는 대로 우리가 살 수 있기를 간절히 바랍니다. 하나님께서 성령으로 늘 함께하여 주시고 도와주시옵소서. 감사드리며 예수님의 이름으로 기도드립니다. 아멘. 자, 우리 이제 반별로 나눠져서 선생님들하고 같이 이야기를 나눌 건데 많은 이야기를 했으면 좋겠어요. 그래서 내가 생각한 축복은 이랬는데 오늘 말씀을 들어보니 좀 잘못 생각한 것도 같다. 혹은 나는 다른 블레싱을 원했는데 그것이 생각보다 중요한 것이 아닐 수도 있겠다. 이런 얘기도 좋겠고 그냥 여러 가지 생각들, 여러 가지 평소에 어떻게 생각했는지, What is the blessing? What would be the blessing? 어떻게 생각했는지 이런 것들 잘 나눌 수 있었으면 좋겠습니다. 자, 그럼 우리는 다음 주에 또 만나요.